I think we should probably start from addressing the feedback we've gotten from the early stuff on the website.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, women don't want to hear about my penis.
Can't imagine why.
Shockingly.
Surprisingly?
Yeah.
Have you got any scores yet?
No, I haven't got any scores. So far it's just been, well, someone posted on the YouTube video that she can't think of anything she'd like to hear about less than my penis.
So
I would think that's a 0.
A 0. So your average score is 0.
Basically, yeah. She's come the closest. But the other one is the organisation on Facebook, S.P.A.D.E, which they're all for hearing about my penis.
So we can average it out to a 5.
And
which
the other
we've said is a perfect
The
score.
other person, Adam, who's listened to it and has commented on the penis conversation is our father, who doesn't particularly want to hear any more about my penis.
Yeah, but now that we've brought that up, you're averaging a 2.5. And
Remember that little goal I set you was to go out and find out exactly, on a scale of 1 to 10, who wants to hear about your penis?
Yeah, I haven't done that.
Quickly, round the room.
4.
Thank you.
3.
I'm going to go 0.5, just because 0 seems awfully harsh.
Well, I'm going to go 10, simply because I really, really enjoyed the sound of my own voice.
This is true. Going back to S.P.A.D.E, who were an organisation that wanted to hear about your penis.
There's an entire organisation.
What is S.P.A.D.E?
Something to do with...
Stupid people are diluting evolution.
I believe their mission statement is to... They want to get a shovel.
A spade.
Or a spade.
And hit stupid
people with it. And they're going to somehow turn that into a viable business. They've put almost a business plan on Facebook, which is acquire S.P.A.D.E. Then there's step 2 is blank, presumably for open to interpretation, and step 3 is profit. I've struggled to see how they're going to get to the profit part.
It doesn't seem like a viable business structure.
Only because they don't have a step 2?
Yeah, and who
Steal the money from the people they spade?
Or are they selling this idea to smart people?
Hang on. They're not going around and spaying people.
Spading? Well, that's a good way to stop the spread of stupid people in evolution, is spade them as well.
I would invest in that company.
Yeah, well, I guess...
It could be we could rename the company S.P.A.D.E. It could be stupid people are...
Everywhere?
Yucky.
What else starts with a Y?
People are you?
Yeah, but then we're
stupid people are us was the next one I was going to go for, but neither of those, that doesn't start with you.
I think we'll all need a good Spain.
I disagree.
Right.
I do not want to be spayed.
Okay.
Do you want to be spayed?
No, I don't want to be spayed.
He doesn't consider himself people, though.
Are you saying that we are stupid people, or at least you two are stupid people?
You spelt us with a Y.
Well, that's a fair point. But I was halfway to acknowledging that wasn't with a Y.
So yeah, that's spade.
Spade, yeah.
Not spade. It's spade as in a digging
S.P.A.D.E.
utensil.
As
tool. That's the word I'm looking for.
He was calling you a tool, but that's the same thing.
What a happy coincidence.
Yeah. So far, a lot of the feedback on the podcast and the general website seems to be quite reasonable, I'd say.
Yeah, even though most of it's about Josh's penis.
Well,
most of the webisode was about my penis.
Thankfully, most of it was about hearing less about Josh's penis.
Do you think maybe that was the bit that stuck in people's mind?
Obviously.
I do not want Josh's penis stuck in my mind.
Speaking about things that I've noticed while being on Facebook this week, what on earth is planking?
Fucking stupid is what it is.
It sounds like some weird sex thing.
It does. It sound...
Well, I suppose it could be. The idea is that you lay down face first, stiff as a board, in a place where it would be odd for somebody to do that, and then you have someone, presumably a friend or well-wisher, take a photo of you.
Right.
Lying across something. For example, there have been photos
anything that isn't a bed.
Yeah,
or a
basically
couch.
there have been people photographed laying across train tracks in the middle of the road, on like bin
on
or
top of a set of traffic lights.
Top of a set on a cop car. Someone was arrested. Someone was killed.
Planking on a balcony.
On the ledge of a railing and a balcony, and they fell off.
Presumably his centre of gravity was off balance.
Presumably, yes.
I think the idea of planking is to get your centre of gravity in the right position.
To what end? What is the point?
From what I gather, people seem to find it entertaining. I don't
know. I think there is something sort of entertaining about this. Well, some of the photos I've seen,
Like the guy who got killed.
guy died.
No. Okay, that was tragic.
I wouldn't say tragic.
Tragically
Well,
stupid, maybe.
Tragic, yeah.
Anytime somebody dies is somewhat tragic.
At what
No.
point do we admit that maybe this person, you wouldn't say deserved it, but
Needed a visit from S.P.A.D.E.
yeah, if someone's that stupid,
Maybe his parents should have been S.P.A.D.E.
if someone's that stupid, you had to think of that as a possibility. Oh, I'm going to lie on this railing. Nah, there's no chance that on this thin, tiny pole I could possibly slide off and hurt myself. Whoops, I was wrong. I did.
I wouldn't call it tragic. I would call it educational.
You would hope that no one else is going to do that.
People are still planking. It does sound like a sex thing, doesn't it?
It does. People are still planking,
What?
but eventually...
How long till they are pictures of people planking?
Well, there are pictures of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Readily available on the internet.
I mean, through the sport of planking,
So 2 people laying on top of each other in the middle of the road.
top of a set of traffic lights.
Yeah,
Right.
again, there are probably pictures of that readily available on the internet.
Or precariously balanced on the edge of
Rule
the
34.
Well,
balcony.
there will be.
Yeah, the internet's really taking the world to a bad place, isn't it? Just all this stuff that, you've got planking, Justin Bieber. I think we've just about covered enough there, really, about bad things that have been brought to us by the internet.
Is worse. Just to people listening, do not Google the word.
And if you do, make sure
We're not going-
safe search is off.
No, we're not going to describe it because, yes, once again, Dad, I know you're listening. Do not Google the term.
You know he's gonna.
Don't.
Okay,
Just don't.
I'm gonna Google when I get home.
one step further, we do not endorse or looking up the term. We specifically are acting as a warning to say, do not ever search for the word.
Remember, kiddies.
Ironically,
What?
they wouldn't have before we mentioned it.
Damn you, Endo. Damn you.
Sorry.
Does that mean maybe we can get back to a world now that planking's taken off? Can we get back to a world where everyone isn't using the phrase epic to describe everything that's semi-okay?
Well, that planking was epic. I don't think so.
That was an epic plank.
It's gonna happen.
Surely, once you get rid of the ing in planking, you're talking about a piece of wood.
Not necessarily.
No.
I'm going to... You wouldn't say I'm going to planking. You would say
Well, you
I'm
say-
going to plank.
I'm going planking.
You're going to
Might
plank.
possibly, yes.
That's
Plank is not a verb.
like does not
It's
sound
a
like
noun.
Maybe it'll become a verb.
it
No.
better not become a verb.
Sorry, I was going somewhere with that.
The moment it becomes a verb, or somebody describes planking as an epic feat, I am going to lose what little faith I have in humanity.
Possibly if you were planking on the peak of Mount Everest, you might be able to call that epic.
yeah.
But anything short of that, no.
Well, if someone does that, maybe I won't lose my entire faith in the human race. If that's
Well, if that's the only thing you're going up there to do,
that's almost impressive.
and coming back without your toes.
No, it's not almost impressive. That is impressive. That is the one thing where I wouldn't lose faith.
You could then use the term, I'm going to plank Mount Everest.
It's sounding more and more like a sex thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? I'm going to plank Mount Everest. I'm going to plank Mount Everest so good.
It's a metaphor for banging some really big chick.
Maybe we crossed some sort of line there.
Impossible.
It's the internet, there is no line.
Well, impossible. If we crossed the line, it was the second Ando brought up.
Yeah. Our poor unsuspecting listeners.
Maybe it'll become such a widely used term as to, well, I'm totally going to plank that woman.
I'm going to lie still on top of her for a while? Is that what we're going for? And then have someone take a photo of me?
Well, when you talk about tapping, you don't think of tapping someone on the shoulder. It's like that.
Well, I don't describe it as tapping, but
No, I don't either.
so I
But people
might
do.
consider that tapping someone on the shoulder, but
Just to get their attention, so if I'm going to go tap, I'm going to tap that.
I'm going to tap that on the shoulder, get her attention, and ask her to go home with me.
Although I'm sure if you did tap her on the shoulder or plough her, as it were.
Yeah.
Both of those things would surely get her attention.
You'd hope that they both got her attention.